Hi, I'm Mark Teasdale, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm the president of AETE. I'm so pleased that you've chosen to spend these next couple of days with us here at our annual meeting. I pray that this will be a time of blessing for you as you get a chance to fellowship with one another, to build each other up in the specialized calling that we have, and to learn about some of the latest and greatest scholarship that's being done around evangelism today. I apologize that I can't be with you in person. I would very much have liked to have been there. When I accepted the speaking engagement I'm at right now, I accepted it before we had the dates from ASM for this year's meeting. And so when I found out, I realized that I had a situation of having to be in one of two places, and I wasn't able at that point to back out of this one. So I apologize for that. But I am looking forward to being with all of you next year when we've got something really special planned. And I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Let me give special thanks to our leadership for tonight, to Beth Severson, who's been our first vice president this past year and will be for another year. Beth has been terrific in working alongside of me this past year. We've had a chance to meet a few times to go over the agenda, to go over where we'd like to see AETE going in the future, and we've got some really exciting ideas that we want to present to you going ahead. So you'll get to hear about those tomorrow at the business meeting. I know the tendency is to want to jet out as soon as the rest of the last plenary session is over, but if you can stick around for the business meeting, that would be great to hear about what we'd like to be doing as we move forward together. Few announcements to let you know about for things that will be coming up. One is just to remember our journal, Witness. Witness is the journal of the Academy for Evangelism and Theological Education. It's an all-online journal that is peer-reviewed, and it's the only journal that's dedicated to being a place to put forward high-quality scholarship about evangelism. And it can come from any different direction, whether history or theology or ethics or primary research that's being done. In fact, we've got a couple of articles that are going to be published in this summer's volume, which is just about finished and should be published within the next couple of weeks, that are primary research work that's been done around doing the work of evangelism. So I encourage you not just to read it, but also to make certain that you participate with it. We love to have articles to be submitted to that. So if you've got articles, or if you have some students that you think are doing really good work, we encourage you to go ahead, go online to aete.online, that's our website, and go to the journal web page, and then you'll find two buttons, one for reading the journal and one for submitting to the journal. We'd love to have you do that. Also, we can always use more reviewers for the peer review. It's not a lot of work. Usually 1 or 2 articles a year is all you'll be asked to peer review. And one of the real blessings to doing the peer reviews is that you get to get the latest and greatest publishable research on your desk before anyone else does. So I encourage you to do that. I've oftentimes found footnotes that I'm planning on using. I just wait for the volume to come out, but I already got to do the research because I already read it when I was peer reviewing it. So I encourage you to let us know. I'm assuming that there's a sign-up sheet or an attendance sheet that's getting passed around right now so that we know who's there. And as that gets passed around, as you fill out your name and email and the like, please make sure that you let us know on there if you're willing to do a peer review as well for the journal. Along the same lines, we want to do a little bit more online to help promote our own members. So that's something that we're excited about. We're grateful that you're a member of AETE, and we want to do something that lets folks know about the work that you're doing. And so on the AETE website, what we'd like to do is add a page where we highlight the publications of our members. So again, as you're passing around that attendance sheet, if you would just check off and let us know if you have publications that you would like us to put up on a publications page where we can spotlight the publications of our members, we'd love to do that. We can send you an email, and then you can send us back links to the publications that you'd like to have us highlighting there so that we can make sure that we've got those available so that you get a little bit more benefit from your AETE membership. And along the same lines, we want to offer a sponsorship page on our website. We've had some very generous sponsors. Knox Fellowship in particular has been very generous and has been a stalwart sponsor of AETE for the last several years. And we'd love to be able to honor them with putting up something on our website about their sponsorship, as well as anyone else who'd like to provide a donation and to be a sponsor, or another organization that would like to do that. So if you'd like some more information about how we can make sure that we get sponsorship information up on a part of our website, please let us know about that on that attendance form that's going around as well. Now, for next year, I had hinted at this. Next year is the 33rd anniversary of AETE. So we'll have been around for 1/3 of a century. Now, I know that God usually prefers big round numbers. We end, the year 2000, things like that. So we look at things that end with 0. But it seemed like it was something special that we had reached 1/3 of a year, 1/3 of a century. And so we wanted to mark that next year with a special gathering. And what we'll be doing is inviting back several of the original leaders and participants in AETE to come and join us for a series of panel discussions. And we already have several who have said that they're interested in doing it, including Richard Peace, Hal Poe, David Lowes Watson, Paul Chilcote, and some others. They're going to be coming and joining us, and we're going to have some panels where we discuss the situation of teaching evangelism, both then when AETE was founded and now, and how it's changed over time, and how we can start looking at new strategies for being able to engage in the future so we can teach more effectively and hopefully inspire more people to go out and to share the salvation of Jesus Christ with others. And so that's what we're looking to do. I have it on my calendar and will be there. And I ask that you would as well. Make sure that you set aside next time to be with us. And I guess one other thing on that attendance sheet, since we're passing it around, would be to check off if you'd be interested in participating in one of the panels. We'll have some of the folks who have been the early members that are on there, but we'll have a couple of the current members on as well. And so we'd love to have your input if you'd like to be a part of that. But come and join with us. We're also looking into having a gala dinner, some kind of banquet on Thursday night, just to be able to celebrate. So keep your eyes open for that as well. It's going to be a good time to celebrate what God has done in bringing this organization, this academy, 1/3 of a century into existence, and hopefully launching us to do much better and greater things going forward. Now, as for tonight's meeting and tomorrow's meeting, let me tell you a little bit about our theme. Our theme is doing evangelism in a polarized world. And it's not hard to understand why we're talking about that. It seems like we're in the midst of a time when there is enormous amount of animosity that's floating through the larger culture, not just in the United States, but worldwide. And because of that, we need to figure out how do we do evangelism in a way that's not just about arguing for one side or another, but rather that invites everybody into the salvation that God has given them through creating them in His image and through redeeming them through the blood of His Son, Jesus Christ. Everybody is made in the image of God and redeemed and is welcomed to take full part of that salvation. So how do we do that when we're in the midst of such an angry and struggling world? The verses that I've looked to make some sense of this come from Matthew chapter 24, verses 9 through 14. They read as follows. Jesus speaking says, "Then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you will be hated by all nations because of me. At that time many will turn away from the faith and will betray and hate each other, and many false prophets will appear and deceive many people. Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold. But the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come." We may not be in the end times, but we certainly are in a time when it seems like a great many people hate one another, when a great many people are being persecuted for their faith, and when a great many people are having their love grow cold because of all the pain that they see around them and that they feel themselves. It seems to me that it's not just about being able to articulate our faith that's important. It's about being those who keep our love burning hot. That's going to be what sets us apart, so that as the gospel is spread throughout the world, people see that we're not just one more angry partisan group trying to shout out others, but that we're somebody that offers genuine redemption and salvation for all people to come to find repentance and to find the joy of the kingdom because of that. I can think of nobody better than our plenary speaker for these 2 days than R. York Moore to walk through with us how we can best understand this and live it. York is both a friend and a brother. He is the InterVarsity national evangelist, and he has written 3 books now from InterVarsity Press, where he's excluding, or 2 from InterVarsity Press, 1 from Moody, that explore these very issues, where he understands that we need to go out and spread the good news. And he does that. York has a remarkably fruitful ministry where God has blessed him to see hundreds of young people on college campuses across the country come to faith each year, and to help participate in building up new opportunities to reach every campus, which he may talk to you about, between both InterVarsity and Campus Crusade for Christ. He's got this great practical gift of being out to evangelize others and to bring them to faith, but he does it in a way that's rooted in the deep eschatological call of God in the kingdom, where he understands that the reason we do this is not just to sway people to believe what we believe, but so that they can become rooted in the deep truth and the deep reality of what God created us all to be and created this whole world, this whole universe to be. So York is with you tonight to be able to begin helping us get a sense of how it is that we can best understand what does it look like to keep our love hot when everyone else's love is growing cold in a polarized situation. And then, having kept that love hot, to share the gospel in a meaningful way that will reach out and will meet people so that they get excited about it and want to know the love of God through Jesus Christ. I wish I was with you tonight to be able to hear about all this. I know that York will do a brilliant job, and you're in excellent hands with Beth Severson. So I commend you all to the goodness and graciousness of God, knowing you will have an opportunity not just to learn more about evangelism and to sharpen your skills to teach evangelism, but that you yourselves will grow in grace so that you'll be better prepared to go out and practice evangelism and share that love of God with your neighbor wherever you may find yourself. God bless you, and once again, thank you for joining us this year.